going to wait and see and make sure that all of our attendees are watching. The way that we will know if you're watching is if you are signed in to your RUSD Learns account, and if you maybe say something in the chat, check in, say hi. Can everyone hear me okay? Please make sure your sound is up. Make sure you have that charger plugged into your laptop. We are going to get started in about, I don't know, 2 minutes. How's it looking? Okay. So I do have a chat moderator here with me. He introduced himself in the chat. He's Mr. Sean Brown. And if at any point during this training or this webinar you have any questions or any concerns that come up, you can voice them in the chat, and Mr. Brown will share those with me. And if there's anything that's relevant or useful to the group, then I will address that with everybody. So there are 2 links below this video, and one of them is a sign-in link. Please make sure that you sign in now before we get started. And you can just choose the G Suite training option on that sign-in sheet. It's going to ask you what training you're attending. And the second link is for the presentation that I will be showing in a few moments. It's for you to have and to make a copy of. There are some resources on there, so I recommend making a copy, or you can just follow along. So how's it looking? Yeah, okay. So hopefully everybody's signed in. If you haven't done that already, make sure you do that. And okay, we're gonna get started because we don't have a lot of time to cover all of the things that we need to cover. So if I'm going too fast at any point, make it known, voice it, and I will slow down a little bit to make sure that you guys get what you need and feel comfortable with the information today. All right, so let's get started. I am going to share my presentation with you guys. Hope this works. There it is. Okay. So my name is Sylvia Yunuen Diego. I am an instructional technology technician at the Department of Innovation and Learner Engagement. And that means I'm here to help you with Google stuff and with your Google account and with a lot of the instructional apps that we use throughout the district. My email is there, my extension is there. You are welcome to call and email and ask any questions that come up. If you do have issues though with Chromebooks or Google accounts, you want to make sure you create a work order for that, and we can help you that way. So 2 very important resources that I'm sharing with you are our knowledge base. Our knowledge base is a page on our ILE website, and on this page you'll find a lot of resources and pretty much all of the common questions that come up regarding Google, regarding like using Google for the first time, what to do when you're leaving the district for a lot of people who are retiring this year. So great resource. Visit this page, look through the stuff that's there so you know where to find the information. And of course, another great resource is Google itself, and they have a learning center, and the link is here. They have everything here. So you can search by product, and you just choose what you want to learn about. I want to learn about Gmail. They will literally start you from scratch and take you step by step. A lot of the information that I will be presenting today is based on what is available at the Learning Center. So I'm kind of just going to be your guide through this. And if you need to reference specific like step-by-step instructions, then go here. It's all on there. We good? All right. Everything good there, Sean? All right. So let's just jump in. Oh, before we do that though, this page has what we're gonna cover today. We're gonna try to get through Drive, email, calendar, doc, sheets, slides, forms, and sites. So if you follow the link, when you click on those words there, it will take you directly to the Learning Center page for that app. Okay, so that's there for you guys. All right, so you want to make sure that you are signed into your RUSD Learns account. I highly recommend that you use your Chrome browser. That's just the best thing to use for all of the Google apps. And you can get to any of your Google apps by typing in the app.google.com. So do we have everybody sign into their RUSD Learns account? If you're not, good time to do it now. Okay, so let's all go. I mean, you can follow along, or you can and do this yourself, or you can just watch. But you can go to your drive.google.com, and you'll see your Drive page. And Drive is a place where you can store all of your files. So this is on the cloud. This is not stored on your computer. So you can access this anywhere. You can sign into your phone and access your Drive. You can sign into a friend's laptop and access your Drive. It's available anywhere. It can store any type of document. It doesn't just have to be your Google Docs or Sheets or Slides. You can upload Microsoft Word documents, Excel documents, PDFs, images, and being that we have an RUSD Learns account, that's an Google for Education account, we pretty much have unlimited storage in our drives, so use it. All right, we are going to take a little tour around your drive, and on the left side of your screen you're gonna see a menu. You're gonna see a button that says New, and from here you can do several things. One of them is you can create a folder, and it's great to organize all of your files on your drive, just to know where everything is. So you can create as many folders as you need to. You can also from there upload files from your computer. So I'm going to pick this one. This is a Microsoft Word document. I can put it into my Google Drive. And when I upload my files, I get a little notification that they have been uploaded. I can also do the same with folders. It works the same way. It takes just a little bit longer, just depending on how big your files and folders are. But once you upload your content, pictures, PDFs, whatever it is, when you go to your recent, you will see them there. You will also see other files that you've recently been working on, and you can find them in the quick access section of your drive as well. So there are several places where you can find those recent files. Okay, so I'm going to go to that new test folder that I created, and I just double click there. And I actually would like to put that new file I just uploaded into that folder. So what you can do is right click on any file, and it's going to bring up several options. So from this menu, you can share, get a shareable link for this document. You can move it somewhere. So we're gonna get into all of this, but for right now, I just wanna show you guys how to move things around and organize things in your drive. So you have this file, you click on it, now you wanna move it to that new folder that you created. So you go to My Drive, and you find that folder you created, and then you just move it there. Move it there. Okay, now if you go to your drive, you'll find that folder and you'll find that document. So because this is a Microsoft Word document, and this is probably something a lot of you guys are gonna encounter, especially since you're new to the G Suite, is you're probably gonna have a lot of these. Now, when you click on it, it's not going to open it in a way that's editable right away. What you're gonna have to do is you're going to have to choose to open it with Google Docs. And what this is going to do is it's going to convert it into a Google Doc. So it's not going to get rid of the Microsoft Word document file. It's still there, but it is going to make a Google Doc version. So there is an option to automatically convert your Microsoft Word files into a Google Doc, and I'll show you where that is in the settings in a little bit, but just know that it can be done. It's up to you how you choose to set that up for yourself. So, all right. So as you can see, it opened my file up in Google Docs. So it's all connected. But this is where I keep it all. I don't know if there are any questions so far, so I'm gonna keep moving. Another thing that you can do from your Google Drive is, I'm gonna keep using this file as an example, is you right click and you can share this file. So I'm going to choose that. And the thing about sharing is you can grant access at different levels. So when you share this file, you can have the person or people that you are sharing it with have editing access to it. That means they can change anything about the document. They can comment on it. This means you created something and you just want people's input on your document, or you just want them to see it. So you want to make sure that when you start sharing your documents, you choose the level of access that you want them to have. And I'm going to share this with Mr. Sean Brown. Okay. And it brings up his email when I type his name, and that's his email at rusdlearns.net. And I want him to have editing access because we're collaborating on this document. So he is going to be able to write in it at the same time that I am, and make those edits. So when I press send, now it's going to send him a notification in his email that I have shared a document with him. So what he's going to see is this document in his little shared with me section. And in yours, you'll see everything that has been shared with you. These are things that do not belong to you. You are not the creator of these documents. They are simply documents that you have access to. I hope that's not too confusing. Okay. So another thing that you can do in your Drive is remove the files if you no longer need them. If you are the owner, you cannot delete someone else's documents. So I'm gonna right click, and to remove this file, I just simply click on remove. It's not going to permanently delete it when I click this. I actually have to go to my trash and delete it from there. So delete forever. So if you ever accidentally click on that remove button, it's gonna go to your trash, but don't worry, it's still rescuable until you delete it forever. Okay. And so one of the great things about the Google Drive is that you can create a team drive. And what a team drive is you have your own drive, like your own little container for your files, and you can put in, or you can access files that people share with you. But with a team drive, you're creating like a separate little section or box or file where you can have different folders, and a lot of people can go in and have access to it. So this is good for departments or sites that need to have a lot of people accessing the same documents. So the way to create a team drive is to go to your team drive section on your menu. And here I already have several team drives that I'm part of. But when you create a new one, you just click on new. You have to make sure that you choose team drives first, and then when you go to new, it's gonna give you that option. So I'm just gonna call this test 1, 2, 3 as well. Okay, so I just created a new team drive. So the first thing you want to do is you want to add the members. And you can type in the emails of these members, and you want to indicate the level of access that you want them to have. So are they going to be able to manage the team drive? Do you want them to just be able to add content, delete files, or just add and edit files, just view them? You have a lot of choices there. So use whatever is best for your team. And of course, it sends them a notification once you have added them to the drive, and then they can access it. And then you can also manage the members and remove them as necessary, and you can always add more. So once you have your members added, then you can start adding files into this drive, and it works the same way as your My Drive. You just create folders and upload files. Any questions so far? Are we good?
We only have Elias Schwartz with us, social support person. So if you would like to ask him if there's anything specific.
Oh, okay. We only have one. Okay, so yeah, if there's anything specific to your position or anything that you feel you want to know more about, maybe we can take a little bit of time to do that. So just feel free to interact in the chat. I don't want to just like be going on and okay. So another thing that you can do on your drive is you can search your files. So I don't know, I remember that I have a document about Google Boot Camps because I attended one recently. So it's going to search everything. So it's going to search my drive, and it's going to search the team drive as well. So great way to quickly locate the files that you need. And then you can also, once you do have something in your drive, I'm going to use the document that I had here. You can download it. So I uploaded this as a Microsoft Word document. Now I want to download it as a Google Doc. So I'm just going to right click and I can download it. This is just going to put it into my desktop, whatever folder I choose to download it into. So I can always rename my files. I can get a shareable link here. So right now my settings are set to only specific people can access, but if I turn this on, now okay, now I can copy this and send this link out via email or in a chat or whichever way you choose to do that. So you can get your shareable link there. You can make a copy. So with this slide presentation, for example, you can click on it and it would say add to my drive under file. I'll show you guys really quick. File. Where is it? Okay, so I can just make a copy and then I can choose where I want it to go in my drive. So it'll just save it on there. Oh, I just want it to go in my drive. And then I have a copy of it. So, okay. So I think that's pretty much it for Google Drive. That's like kind of a general overview. You'll find your settings up here. And you can access them there if you want to customize your drive a little bit more. And then, oh, one thing I forgot to mention before we leave Drive is that you can create from your drive, and it'll save it where you want it to go. So for example, I would like to create more documents in my test 1, 2, 3 because this is where I want to store all of them. And so I'm going to create a new document. And when I create it, it's automatically going to be created here in my test 4, 5, 6. Okay, so all changes saved in Drive. You don't ever have to manually save anything. Everything automatically saves itself on your Drive. And there it is. Okay. So, all right, we're gonna move on to Gmail. So again, to get to your Gmail, you can go to your apps and just click on the icon, or you can type in mail.google.com. And there you are. I'm going to close all of this out. So, okay. So, excuse my emails there. But it's just similar to Outlook in some ways. You have all of the same features. On the left hand side you have your menu, and here you can compose a new message. You can add attachments, insert links, insert emojis. You can insert files from your drive, images. I guess you can even send money. Probably not in our G Suite for education, but you can edit text on your email, BCC, CC, all of those features that you would normally find in a email inbox. You have all of your what we call labels in Gmail. There are no folders the way that you find them in Outlook. So one example of that is, let's say this one. Okay, so I'm going to choose this email, and let's say I want to organize it in my email. I'm actually going to create a label for it. And so the label is going to be webinars. Okay, and then I create new, and I create it. Okay, so now this email is not going to leave my inbox, but if I go to my webinars label, I'm going to find it there. So it's like putting it in a folder. What's cool about this is that your email doesn't just have to be constrained to one folder. Let's say that this email pertains to 3 different things. I can actually create 3 labels for it, and it can be found in 3 different places. Hope that's not too confusing. Any questions so far? We good? Okay. All right. So You'll find the email settings on the right upper corner, and you can change the themes. There's a lot of settings. I'm not going to go over the settings right now, but just know there's a lot of things that you can customize in your email. Smart replies, you can use stars to organize your email. You can change your picture, you can put a signature in your email, all that good stuff. Okay, as you can see on the left hand side here, I have my chat open. So Google Chats is accessible through your Gmail, and that means, you know, if you need to send a quick chat to somebody, you just saw their email, but you don't want to send a big old long email, you just send them a chat and say, hey, got it. So that's a cool feature. On the right hand side, you're gonna see a little calendar icon. You're gonna see a little keep icon and tasks. So calendar is something that you can now access from your inbox. And it's really neat because it allows you to have your calendar and your email communicate. So let's say that you get an email that is asking you to, it's an appointment for something. So you can actually create your appointment on your calendar based on that email that you received. I'm not going to go into that right now, but just know that it is possible to do, and the G Suite Learning Center offers a step-by-step on how to do that. Your Keep is a really cool note-taking application, and it allows you to connect things that come up in your email to your to-do list. So it's just a way to work efficiently. There's also a lot of information and resources about that in the G Suite Learning Center. And then tasks is something specific to Gmail. It's not an app in itself, but let's just say you know that you have to answer 10 emails, but you need to do it in a certain order, or you need to remind yourself to respond to these emails, then you can set up tasks for yourself. So if that's something that you feel would be useful to you, explore it, find out more about it, and okay. So I'm going to move on now. We were talking about calendar, so I'm actually going to move into calendar now. Again, you can access your calendar by going to the apps and clicking on calendar, or typing in calendar.google.com on the website, web address bar. Okay, so calendar is really cool, and we're gonna do a little tour of your calendar. First, you have your create button up here. So here, by clicking on it, you can just very quickly create a new event. You wanna, you can click on a date and do the same thing. So if you click on the date though, it's gonna create that event on that date. If you click here, you can just change the date. Both work. So let's create an event. So we're gonna create this event for March 6th. And it's going to be a really cool event. So When you create an event, you can create an event or you can create an out of office notification. So if you want to let your managers know, or managers, you want to let your secretary know, or whatever it is, you want to let them know that you're going to be out of the office. There's specific information you can fill out for that. You can create reminders. You can create appointment slots. So there's options. We are just going to create an event. And you want to choose the time, the date, and then the bottom allows you to choose what calendar. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But just know that in Google Calendar, you can create several calendars, and you can also have access to calendars that belong to other people. So your team members' calendars. And you can also create a calendar where a calendar that belongs to like a team. So maybe a calendar for your site as a whole or your department as a whole. There's a lot you can do. So when you do create an event, just make sure that you choose the calendar that you want it to be on. Okay, so I'm going to save that. And once I do create the event, here's my really cool event, then I can double click on it, and now I can go more in depth, and I can edit and write a description. I can even add my notifications, location. I can, what else can I do here? I can add guests on the right hand side, and it works the same way as with like when you share something with someone on Drive. You just type in their address and they come up. So it also gives you the ability to look at rooms that are available. That's a whole other thing, but just know those are options. And then you can always remove guests as well. Okay, so, all right, I don't really have anything to add to my really cool event, so I'm just gonna leave it there. So one thing that you can do is the reminders. You can edit them from here. Actually, let's see. Okay, so you can choose a notification or for you to receive an email as a reminder. All right. Okay, so my calendars. So my calendars just means like calendars that you can see or have access to. It doesn't mean that all of them are yours. So by checking a box, by checking the box next to the calendar, you can gain visibility of that calendar. Let's say you have one calendar for your appointments and another calendar for I don't know, events or tasks that you set up for yourself. So I just want to see my appointments. I take everything else away. If I just want to see my tasks, then I just choose that. Whatever it happens to be, but you know, you can take away and you can choose to see. It doesn't remove them from your My Calendars. It just doesn't show them on your calendar at the moment. So the other thing you can do, and it's great about calendars, is it's not what I wanted to do, is you can share your calendar. So in your calendar settings, which are up here, you can choose to make your calendar available to the web. You can choose to make it available. Let's see. Yeah, you can choose working hours. Let's see. Where are my add calendars? Okay, here we go. So there are the general settings for calendars, and then there's a specific, when you click on one of your calendars, you can edit the specific settings for that calendar. So when you click on one of your calendars, you can manage the permissions or the access permissions. So you can choose to make it available to the public. I don't recommend that. You can choose to make it available for anyone in the district to see, or you can just make it so that only people whom you share this link with can see your calendar. If you check this box, that means that if I type in your email address, I can see your free and busy times. Or if you have this on, if you have this setting, someone can see all of the event details. I don't recommend that. So it's up to you how public or private you want to have your calendar. But for example, if I type in Mr. Harwood's name, okay, now I can see everything in his calendar, because in his settings he has it so that anybody in Riverside can view his busy times and times when he has an event going on. Okay, I don't want to see his calendar now, so I just uncheck that. So I don't want to have access to his calendar anymore. Don't need it, so I can just simply unsubscribe from it. If I remove it from my calendars, it doesn't mean I'm deleting his calendar or anything like that. It just means I just will no longer see it as an option in my calendars. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good overview of that. Yeah? Okay. So, all right, we're gonna move into docs now. So, again, you can access your docs by going to the apps or by typing in docs.google.com. How are we doing on time?
We have about 18 minutes left.
Okay. So I'm just gonna do this like super quick Google Docs overview. It works a lot like Microsoft Word. You have pretty much all of the same abilities. If you want to create something new, you just choose blank, or if you want to use one of those templates, you want to name your document. So I'm going to name this webinars. And as you can see, it automatically saves it onto your drive. So the thing about Google Docs is that you can share, collaborate in real time, and it's kind of really what I want to focus on, is its sharing and collaboration abilities. So right now, I don't have anybody that I'm sharing my document with, but I do want Mr. Sean Brown to work on this document with me. So let's see. I'm going to type in his name and his email comes up, and I want to share this with him. I could have also clicked on this, and I could have changed this to can edit. I have the can comment, can view, but because I want him to work on it with me, he can edit. So those are two ways to share. You can just copy the link and change the access, or you can type in their email address and share it that way. So I'm just going to send it to him, and hopefully he's gonna pop in right now and we can show you a little bit about the collaboration feature. So, you know, I'm just typing here, blah, 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 all this good information is going on my document. And, oh, look, I can actually see that he is on this document now. His little icon will pop up there, and he can only collaborate on this document if he signed into his RUSD Learns account or into a Gmail account. So if you're like on Yahoo or something like that, like it's not gonna work. They need to be in a Gmail account to collaborate. So as you can see, it shows that he's typing, and I can insert something at this point. I can insert an image. It gives me options. I can search on the web. This is really cool. So I really love astronomy. So I want a picture of like this really cool looking galaxy thing. So I choose that and I insert. It's a really cool way to get images onto your documents. You literally can just Google it on the Google Doc. And okay, so we can find pictures of cats too. You can upload from your computer, you can upload from your drive, and then all of these other options as well. So I actually don't want him to collaborate with me anymore. I actually just want him to comment. And so, oh, look, he can add his own pictures there as well. Let's say we're both collaborating on this, and he, you know, I don't really like this picture of this cat that he put on here. So I'm not going to delete it because that would just kind of be rude, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to suggest maybe finding a different picture. So what's going to happen is I can like choose a picture, or maybe I can choose like these words that he wrote in here, and I can comment on them and say, I think we can get a different picture. Okay. And so now this is going to send him a notification that lets him know that I wrote a comment or a suggestion about whatever he contributed to the document. So there's also just the view, so he can actually reply and let me know that, yeah, he will update it. So that's a really cool feature. And from there, I can also go into just viewing mode. So editing, suggesting mode. If I would have chosen just the ability to comment when I first shared it with him, then he would not be able to add anything on there. He would just be able to like comment on the side and make like suggestions for the document. So when I go back into that share, I can actually edit who I'm sharing with. So right now, I clicked on the individuals that I had shared it with, which happens to be just one person, but I can be more specific. So let's say, okay, he's done with his editing part. I don't need him to have access anymore. I just need him to be able to view now. So I can change his level of access because I'm the owner. If I would have made him an owner, now he has the ability to make these changes in settings. So just be careful. All this collaborating and sharing is awesome, but you have to be aware of what kind of access you're giving people. So, all right, and there's a lot of different settings that you can that you have access to here. You can set expiration dates, so like you can have someone only view the document for a certain amount of time, and all right, so that's really the big thing about Google Docs is its ability to collaborate. You can comment, suggest. Oh, one thing that I do want to say about Google Docs is that you can download as any of these formats here. So if you need to create a PDF or something like that, you can create a Google Doc and then download it as a PDF. And my experience with it has been that it hasn't really like shifted the formatting or anything like that. So you should be safe with the formatting. And of course you can print from there and all of that. So, oh, one more thing is that you can see the version history. So you can actually track and see all of the changes that have been made on your document. But of course, find out more about that in the G Suite Learning Center. Okay, so let's see. We have a couple more minutes left. So what I'm going to do is I am going to stop there and just mention that Google Slides and Google Sheets, which we'll go to right now. Sorry, wrong app. Okay, now I'm back where all my Google Docs are. So, Google Slides, Google Sheets pretty much function the same way that PowerPoint in Microsoft functions and Excel functions in Microsoft. So, the only difference is that they do have the collaboration features in very much the same way that Google Docs has them. And so just to give you a quick example, when like this presentation, I can share it and I can go through and give access very much the same way as I just showed you in Google Docs. Same with Google Sheets. And okay, so now I just want to kind of like take a moment to see if you have any questions. I know that we didn't get to cover everything because it really is a lot to cover in just an hour. So thank you for just hanging in there. I know I feel like I went super fast. I don't even know if that made sense. But are there any questions? Comments? Just gonna give a moment to see if there are any. And while questions or comments are being voiced, there is a feedback form that I would like you to fill out. It's in the presentation, and I think hopefully Mr. Sean Brown will include it in the chat. So just go there and fill it out and just be honest, and that is going to help us make these webinars and these little training sessions useful to you guys. Any questions?
No, we did have one question, but Harvey would like to answer it.
Okay, any last requests? Something that you want me to look at or show you really quickly? What do you have here? No? Okay. Well, I really appreciate the feedback. If you didn't sign in at the beginning, please make sure that you sign in now before you leave. And I'm gonna put this up one more time. Please visit both of these resources. Everything that I did not get to cover today is there, and probably even just stated more clearly and arranged in a way that makes it really easy for you to learn about the apps that you want to learn about. And of course, if you have any questions, just feel free to contact us. Me here or our support email and extension. Okay, I hope this was useful, and that's all, folks. Have a great day. Thanks for being here.